Hi there and welcome back to Tactical Magfed. If you're into tactical Magfed gameplay, gear, reviews, how-tos, tips, all that kind of good stuff, please make sure that you hit the like, subscribe and bell notifications. It's really going to help out the channel. Also check out the channel page and my playlists of other videos. If you like this, you're going to like some of the other stuff that I've got too. Okay, so in this video I'm going to be running through a quick overview and review of the SciTech tactical accessories. It is actually a quick detach, I think quick detach or quick release system for Cytac accessories. So if you're wanting to, if you've seen other manufacturers that have quick releases for swapping stuff out on their belt kit, stay around, check out this video. Okay, so SciTech are becoming more popular, especially with some of the manufacturers in paintball. First Strike, their holsters and stuff are SciTech, made by SciTech, and they're SciTech compatible. You can get lots of holsters and mag attachments that are SciTech, and they have this unique kind of system, which is a circular disc that you can loosen and adjust to all of these micro points. They've come up with this solution. So basically it has a back plate that fixes onto whatever it is that you want to swap stuff out on, so belt kit, holsters, all that good stuff, and then you have this which attaches to the piece of kit. So in an ideal situation what you want is more than one of these, so hence I've got two. So yeah, one's on the item you want to take on and off, one's on the fixed item like your belt kit, could be somewhere on your webbing or something like that. You could have a pistol on your chest rig, yada yada yada. You'd fix that onto the molly attachment and then you'd fix that onto your holster and clip it on, clip it off. You can swap it out. Okay. It also has another nifty feature. So when this is attached, not only do you have the micro adjustments here, but say if you were sitting in a vehicle, or if you were crouched or sat for prone in a game for a long period of time, so if you was in an awkward position and you couldn't draw your pistol up but you could pull it out, you can hit this little button on the bottom. So that's your quick release switch, which is really stiff, which is my only gripe about this particular detachment. It's not particularly quick. It does detach, but it's not particularly easy. You've got this button on the bottom here, and what that does, it allows you to rotate that even more. So what I'm going to do is attach this onto some gear and show you in realistic terms what it can do, and how effective I think it is. So without further ado, I think what we need to get out here is some holsters. I'll fit this onto a couple of holsters, show you how you swap it backwards and forwards, and we'll go from there. All I really need is some pistols, holsters and stuff to be able to do it. So without further ado, magic. Okay, so as I said before, I have PPQ here, I have an FSC here, I've also got a low ride drop leg adapter for a belt kit, which is what I'm intending to use this for, and one of the reasons I look to get a quick detach. In the middle here, and I've got my two quick detach accessories. Okay, so I want to try and run my pistols slightly lower down to have more clearance from my webbing and whatnot. What I didn't really want to do is have to keep unscrewing these different holsters, putting them on here, changing it around, or buying two of these and having to take it on and off the belt to swap the pistols around. I'd seen some of the real steel guys out there quick releasing pistol holsters and stuff, and I thought that looks like a good idea, I need some of that. But they generally tend to run custom holsters or high-end gear on their belt kits, and it's their living and profession, so they spend a lot more money than I'm able to or prepared to at the minute. So they have like Safari Land gear and all that kind of stuff with all their bespoke attachments and various custom bits on their belt kit. all very expensive, all very cool, all very functionable, but very expensive or more expensive. So this option, I mean, they actually came from the Netherlands because it was too expensive to get them from America. No one in the UK really sells them for a sensible price. I think they were €11 each, so they're not stupidly expensive. By the time they get posted over here for the two of them, it was, you know, looking at sort of 30 odd quid, 35 quid to get them. It's not cheap, but they are going to save me a heck of a lot of hassle and all the rest of it in the long run. Here in the UK, most sites don't allow you to use 43 cal pistols like the PPQ. The walk-on events do. If you're doing a walk-on event on a normal paintball field, not a military base or something like that, you need to run a 68 cal or .68 cal pistol, which is my FSC. So what I need to do is just kind of have something that I can, you know, pick and choose, swap about. So this is the system that I've gone for purely because all of my kit has SciTac on it, some description. The FSC stuff has SciTac. The mag pouches have SciTac attachments, and all the rest of it. So what I'll do, there are some quirks. So this next portion of the video is kind of going to be like a how to fit it. This is a Cytac holster, so it's fairly straightforward. This is a first strike holster, still fairly straightforward, but it's reversed, and I'll show you why in a minute. So we'll get a couple of these out of the way. So first off, I'm going to install the backing plate onto the piece of kit. So essentially, like I say, you've got the teeth on here, they line up. You put it roughly where you want it. You know, it doesn't, for some reason it doesn't line up dead flat, but like I say, there's adjustment on here as well, so nothing has to fit perfectly per se. You just need to get it there or thereabouts. I personally like to tilt it slightly forward on here. These do come with screws in there, and I do know it is. Have it attached. You put it on, then you pop your screw in there. Screw it down. That is a bit cack-handed until you get it right the way down, and I could have used a torque wrench. Of course I didn't. I used a provided Allen key. Okay. Now this is an IMI Defense Z or Z 2300. There is a slight quirk to using this with this adapter. I don't know if you can see that here, but it sits on the middle half of that second middle adjustment or middle attachment, which makes it rise up. So the whole way these work is with friction. Obviously there's teeth on here, there's teeth on the back of there. You tighten them together and the teeth keep them in place. With that sitting on that middle edge, it lifts it slightly and doesn't let the teeth purchase. So before I actually use this in anger, what I am going to be doing is dremeling off half a semicircle. I'm going to take half of that off so it allows it to sit flush. I don't plan on using that middle one. I think that's sufficient for me on this adapter. And this one I'm going to attach a leg strap on the back side of this and use the bottom one to screw a leg strap onto it. So I'm going to mod it. When I've modded it, and I'm going to be doing a full battle belt loadout, so keep tuned for that. Hit the bell notification for that in future if you want to see how my belt kit comes together. But anyway, for the purpose of this, it fits, it's on there, so you get it on there, you get it nice and tight, and it's fixed on there. So that is my base there. Then you take, I'll actually show you on the first strike holster first. It's unsafe now. Right, so I'll take that out. You have two types of attachment. One where the screw is bolted through from the back into the holster, and one where the screw is bolted through the top and into the back plate. So they're mounted exactly the same but in reverse. So in order to fit your first strike on here, you just have to fit all the attachments slightly differently, sort of back to front. So we'll get them off and show you exactly what I mean with this. So I could have pre-prepped this all, but I didn't want you to miss out on the experience. So I put them all back after I had to play about with it. What you do in this one, feed through the middle there, and then do that. And I say this is a Cytac holster, this one. So most of the things Cytac will come this way, but in terms of people watching this video, they're probably going to have Tiberius or First Strike stuff. So this should become more interesting to you guys. So as you can see here, this one has the screw in it and it comes out, and that one has the bolt in there and it comes out that way. So you've got two different styles. And again, this is one of the reasons why I wanted to get a quick detach system in there, because if I was putting these on and off of these of here, I'd need a longer screw, and you push basically you push this nut out the back, put your screw in so it goes through that way, and then you can screw on your first strike. And then you'd have to do it the other way, take the screw out, put the bolt back in, and then screw that to the bolt. So you can see if you didn't have some sort of quick detach mechanism some sort on here, it become very tedious, and you probably want to have two setups or two of these adapters that slide on off the belt, and these are a pig to get on. This little notch here actually grips the belt when you fit it on, makes it nice and snug when you got it on the belt so it doesn't move, makes it a nightmare if you want to keep taking it on and off. So the quick detach is by far the easiest way, the easiest method, whatever format you choose, to swap pistols around on your belt kit. Okay, so we've got that on there. First off, I'm going to put this one on the First Strike pistol, First Strike holster, sorry. Get that where you need it. And where did my spare nut go? It's on there, use that one. It's in the back of here. So yeah, so if you're using your First Strike one, you need to push out the screw on the back of your paddle there, because you're going to need it to go in there. Alright. So same with that one, you just line it up and put it on, but of course we've had to do it the reverse, screwing into the holster rather than screwing from the holster into the mount. So there we go. That's on there. And then all you do from that point is you clip it on. So that then goes on to the quick detach or quick release. Okay. There you have it. And when you want to take it off, it's not as easy as other quick detaches where you have two things. You just pull there either side and it comes straight off. You will need to push in with your thumb in here to get it to remove. It's quite a sharp, I won't say sharp, it's quite a stiff mechanism, but it comes on and off. So there you go, there's your idea, there's the idea, that goes on there. Now I did mention before there's an adjustment button at the bottom, so when you're wearing this you can just reach down and press that button there, and that allows you to move and lock that around wherever you want it. So if you imagine that was on your belt and you were laying down and you wanted your pistol more accessible to it, you could, so if you was a sniper for instance and you were going to be laying down in the bush and you wanted your secondary a bit more available to you, so you can reach back and draw it, or if you were sitting in a vehicle for instance, or in a hideout, and you didn't want your pistol to be sort of like that, you can twist that around so as you're sitting there with your legs out like that, you can still draw it straight up and out. I think that had a sort of a military kind of purpose to it for people in vehicles, but it's a nifty feature. You might use it, you might not. Okay, but it also gives you a bit of adjustability as well, so you can tilt it to get your best draw. In conjunction with the micro adjustments, you can do that as well. Really good idea. I do like that feature, and we'll see. There's a little bit of wiggle there, but not a lot, and that's the nut rattling here that you can hear. It's not the actual mechanism itself. All right, there's that. So when you want to change it, hit the release button, take that off. That's the first strike one. We're going to need another one for the it does come with a spare nut as well in here, so if you do need a nut. Everything SciTech seems to come with nuts, so you'll end up with nuts and screws, so screws and nuts. And there we've got the other one in here, so we just push that and release it. Oh, it's stiff. It's tricky when they're not connected to anything. There's nothing to grip onto, really. There we go. You can file that down a little bit, but once you start using this, the quick detach becomes easier. It's just a really stiff mechanism. Really well built. Right, so once again, that already comes with the screw in there. Hence why I've got the spare screw there, because I pushed it out to be able to fit the first strike. What you do, put that on there, like so. This has got a screw in there, I believe, still. So screw that on in there, and see that. So now I have my PPQ holster with my quick detach. And all you do, yeah. So there you've got the quick detach. You want to take it off and clip that, stick that one on, done. Okay, so it's a nifty gadget, gizmo, with a real world kind of application. You know, you want to be able to swap out your holsters and pistols. Effectively, you've got one of the QR2 sections, the bases remaining. The other parts, the QR1s, I believe that's what they're called, are on the holsters themselves. So that gives you the opportunity to attach this to something else. Now what I plan on doing is attaching it to one of my paddles. So I want the lower of the two rides, so I'm going to attach it to the it's the SciTech, the first strike paddle. Okay, so if I do want to use a normal belt or something like that, don't have on my belt rig, or I'm doing some drills, or just want to use something different, I'm going to have that on there. So there's neither a nut or a screw in here, so I can attach this whichever way I want. And I'm going to do it this way around. I'm going to put the screw that side and the nut that side. Okay. Now, push that in. Okay. There's a recess in here, it just needs to be pushed into. Hopefully that is going to be deep enough. It's a bit risque. There we go. There we go. So that's now on the paddle. So now I have a paddle option and I have a belt adapter option there, and I can swap and change what goes on what pretty easily. Okay, that one off there, that one off there, put the PPQ on the belt rig, and put the FSC on the paddle. There you go. Okay, so I think that's a pretty cool accessory and SciTech bit of kit on there. Certainly solves the issue that I had wanting to put a low ride adapter on or a mid ride adapter on and use different pistols. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I hope this has been informative for you. If it has, please like, subscribe, share, hit the bell notifications, all that good stuff. I've got some future videos coming out that are going to be battle belt and belt kit related. So if you're interested in seeing that, just make sure you hit the bell notification. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again in another video.